Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Patrice, and if you have ever considered going to Middleburg for your own momcation, specifically the Salamander, this video is exactly for you. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this property and let you know if it is momcation approved. So happy that you are back. Again, I'm Patrice Camo, a very busy working mom of three who truly has to be intentional about getting away. And I get away by taking these things called momcation. So if you are new here, a momcation is an intentional solo trip that a mother takes by herself. No friends, no bae, no mom, no kids, obviously. And this is so that she does not have to worry about anybody else. She only has to do what it is that she wants to do. As a busy mother, as a working mother, as a mom, once you become a mother, your life begins to revolve around the humans that you brought into the world. And it's a beautiful thing. I don't regret being a mom 3 times over. It's the biggest blessing. It has helped me become who I am. It's the reason why I have this platform, but that doesn't mean the person that I was before becoming a mother no longer exists. That doesn't mean that the things that I loved to do before I had these 3 beautiful children disappear. That doesn't mean that I don't want to put myself first sometimes in my life. That doesn't mean that I don't matter. Momcations specifically, I feel like exists to remind mothers that they matter most. And when you're able to get away and spend the time with yourself doing literally whatever you want to do, which means like waking up late or eating wherever you want, or not having to get kids ready, or not having to factor in when somebody else wants to wake up. Like, you have to have those moments, especially again when most of your life revolves around your beautiful children. So momcations are a necessity. I have a lot of momcation trips on this channel. If you haven't had the opportunity, make sure you watch them. I'll link to some of them in the description. I've been a lot of places for these solo trips. In solo trips, momcations don't have to mean you going far away. You could literally go to a hotel in your city and just get away for 2 and 3 days, again, so you can focus on yourselves. Momcations have truly, I think, helped me be a better mom. And when I go on these trips, I want to make sure that I'm sharing with you all about the properties, because I am a self-proclaimed hotel snob. I like to stay in beautiful properties like the one I am in right now, and I feel like it's my duty to tell you about it. So welcome to the Salamander in Middleburg, Virginia. I'm here in total momcation vibe. I have this beautiful robe on. They have robes here at the property, which tells you that it's a luxury. I have my mimosa. They have room service, so I made sure to have this while I was recording this video because I wanted to feel like a momcation. These are the things that you do when you ain't got them kids. You lounge around in your robe, you have your mimosa. So let's get into the Salamander Middleburg. Let me give you a little historical information on this property. This is a Black woman-owned resort and spa, all right? So the Salamander was created and envisioned by Sheila Johnson. She is incomparable. She is dynamic. She is innovative. She's a billionaire. She's a businesswoman. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's so many things. She is an icon.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment.
You know, Sheila Johnson was married to Bob Johnson. They co-founded BET Networks. Sidebar, if you have not read her book, you need to read it. That is a screenshot of it, and I have it linked in the description. It is a wonderful, wonderful book. Every woman should read it. Every woman should read it. But anyway, so they were married. They co-founded BET, which obviously was a game changer in media and music and entertainment and Black culture. It got acquired. She became a billionaire, obviously so. And then she went on this true entrepreneurial quest. She is a minority owner in the Washington Capitals, which is our hockey team. She is a co-owner of the Washington Mystics, maybe the owner of the Washington Mystics. They are a championship winning WNBA DC's team. And she built this Salamander from the ground up, obviously with a team. But this is a 340-acre property that has everything from horse stables to a full resort and spa, to 2 outdoor pools, an indoor pool, a great gym. I think it's about 50 rooms on every floor. There's 4 floors with rooms, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, and each room has about 50 rooms. You have your suites, you have your individual rooms. Our room has most of the rooms have balconies. Our room, this room we're in now, has a fireplace. Restaurant, it has a very vibey lounge area, bar area, good food. It's a really beautiful place. This is a destination. Now, Sheila Johnson has also acquired other hotels since building this property. So once she built this property, it was the prime Salamander Hallmark property, but then she went and acquired other resort and spas across the country and across the world, and those are now Salamander properties also. The last property that the Salamander Group acquired was the Mandarin Oriental in Washington, D.C. Right in the heart of D.C. You can see the monument, you can see everything from the Salamander. Well, it was the Mandarin at that point. It is now a Salamander. So she has a crazy resort and spa portfolio. And I am here at the very first one. Now, I've been here many times before, and I'm actually not here by myself this trip. I'm with my husband. It is his birthday weekend, and we always come here for his birthday. So, but even though I'm not here by myself, I can still tell you about the hotel, and I can still tell you about its momcation worthiness. When I break these hotels down, I rate them on a couple of things: walkability, restaurant options, customer service, amenities like the gym and the spa, room size, noise level, and safety. So I rate these hotels on 6 different things, all things that I feel like really do matter for moms taking trips by themselves. So let's start with walkability. The Salamander is an insanely walkable property. Like I said, it is on 340 acres. No, you're not going to walk all 40 acres. But I went out for a walk earlier this morning. Every time I'm here, I go for a walk. They have fire pits, they have hiking trails, they have walking trails, they have stables where you can actually rent a horse ride and do the horse thing. You can walk the property like the hotel. It's very walkable. The It's long, it's beautiful. This morning I walked all the way to the basketball courts and the 2 outdoor pools, and then I walked to their residential area that has beautiful homes. So I did a lot of walking this time while I was here. I'll also say that is a very, again, a sprawling 340 acres. If you go into town, it might be a 10-minute walk, and that's also very walkable. You don't have to drive there. They have, I think, a Starbucks, they have a grocery store, a lot of retail shops. It's very homey, it's very cute. So I'm gonna just go ahead and give the Salamander a 5 out of 5 on walkability because it is extremely, extremely walkable. You're gonna get your steps in if you want to. Next up is one of my favorites, food. Now, I definitely overate this weekend, but I feel like when you're on a momcation, you should overeat. I also feel like you should work out, but we'll talk about that a little later. There is nothing like room service. There is nothing like going downstairs to your hotel restaurant and bar and having a beautiful meal by yourself and talking to the people next that are sitting next to you that you don't know. Like, I feel like that's when I'm in Patrice mode. When I'm downstairs at the hotel restaurant, eating a great meal, having a great cocktail, and just connecting with people that I never met before who were like, "Oh, you're here by yourself?" "Yes, I'm here by myself." And then you just talk. And the Salamander is that. So I will say, they actually don't have that many dining options. We always do room service. We did that yesterday for breakfast. It was great. They have their staple restaurant, which is called Harriman's. And that restaurant is an equestrian theme. Sheila Johnson's daughter is an award-winning equestrian. And a lot of her medals and things and that she's done are the decor in that restaurant. That restaurant is by reservation only, and they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner area. But their living room, they call it the living room. There is the Gold Cup Bar restaurant, which is your bar slash restaurant. You can be seated, you can have reservations, some are walk-in, but those are really your only dining options here. Room service, Harriman's, which is the fine dining option, and again, the Gold Cup. That's fine. But I've been to hotels that have 5 or 6 restaurants. When I'm looking at the different types of food that I want to eat, the other thing here is they only have one type of food. So usually the menu is going to be the same. The room service menu is the same as the Gold Cup menu. Now the Harriman's menu is going to change a little bit, but it's all the same type of cuisine. So if you come to the Salamander and you want Indian, or you want Italian, or you want strict seafood, they don't have that option here. You're going to have to find it on their menu. And their menu does change by season, because there are things on here that weren't on it last time I was here. I have that many options. If you want to go into town, there is Hank's Oyster Bar, which is a tried and true seafood restaurant. And there might be some other options that you can walk to or that you can get a car service, an Uber, or drive to. But if we're just talking about the resort, the dining options aren't that plentiful. Just got to be honest. So because of that, I'm going to give the Salamander a 2.5 when it comes to restaurants. Now, the food is good. I had the scallops last night, bussin'. Truffle fries, very good. Again, our room service, we got omelets, was good yesterday. But if we're talking about, you know, an expansive options like what I had when I was at the Thompson in Dallas, it ain't that. So 2 out of 5 when it comes to restaurants. Next up is amenities. Now, if you are the type of person that likes to take trips and doesn't want to leave their room, don't want to do nothing, want to have people serve you, don't want to even leave the resort property, this is the type of place that you want to stay. I'm going to just give it a 5 out of 5 on amenities because this place has every single thing you could need. So we'll start with the gym. I worked out this morning, had a great workout. They have everything. They have the sauna, they have the Peloton bikes, they have the Peloton shoes. They don't have a Stairmaster, and I'm a Stairmaster girl, but that's okay. The gym has everything you need to have a great workout: TVs, free weights, machines, everything. There is also an indoor pool here that is obviously open 365, which is wonderful because it's cold, but you still might want to get in the pool. They have the sauna, they have the outdoor pool. Now, the outdoor pool is typically open during the summer season, but if you do get a service at their spa, which is full service, you also have access to the pool. So yesterday when we got our massages, I absolutely could have went to the pool, but it was a little cold and the jacuzzi was not open. I also learned that they have built an entirely different pool on the same property. It's much bigger, it's more family friendly. So come summer 2026, there will be 2 pools at the Salamander that are open that you can take advantage of. Another amenity that I just mentioned is the spa. They have a full service spa. And actually my husband and I were able to book our 30-minute neck, back, and shoulder massages at the very last minute yesterday. We had some time to kill and we wanted to get massages, and so they had space and they took us. Mine was great. I think my husband's was too. And we ended it with a glass of champagne when we were done. Our area has all the things you want. I think other saunas, they have the steam room, they have the calming area where you can have tea and all that stuff. So full service spa, beautiful. But if you did happen to come here with your children, they have tons of activities. They have a kiddie area downstairs where you can drop your kids off. They have this little pony named Cupcake that comes and makes an appearance every day to take pictures and all that stuff. You can do zip lining on property. Again, you can rent a horse and go horseback riding on property. They do a walking tour of the property that you just sign up for. It's free. And there's somebody on the staff that walks you around the property and tells you about it. Lots of amenities. Like they have putt-putt here. They have basketball courts. They have tennis courts. Those are all outdoor. But anything that you want to do at the Salamander, you can do it. But also, if you just want to sit in your room and do nothing, you have that option too. So again, I'm going to give this property a 5 out of 5 on amenities. Literally anything you could imagine wanting to do here, you can do it. And I would assume that even if you couldn't find it here, you call concierge and they will figure it out. Oh, one of the other really important amenities that I gotta mention. They have a partnership with Lexus. It's called Lexus Destinations, and they are one of the hotels that is a part of that program where they have Lexus vehicles here that can take you wherever you want to go, I think within a 10 to 15 mile radius. Now, it wasn't always with Lexus. We've stayed here before they had that partnership, and they just had the car service here. But if you stay here, you call a phone number. Let's say you want to go to some of the wineries. We are in horse country. We are in Loudoun County. There are lots of vineyards and wineries here. There are actually 4 within a 10-minute driving radius. And we went to 1 on our first day here, and we went to 2 yesterday. But all you have to do is call the front desk or call the number, the Lexus Destinations number, and tell them where you want to go. You go downstairs and the car service will take you there. And then when you're ready to get picked up, you call them and the car will come back and pick you up. And they'll bring you back to the property, or they'll take you wherever else you want to go as long as it's in the radius. So that is an awesome amenity, especially when you're traveling solo and you want to be safe. Maybe you don't want to spend money on an Uber. Maybe you just aren't sure if that's safe. Like maybe you're just not somebody that likes to do Uber because of safety. I feel like that car service option, which is something that they've always done. Again, now they have the partnership with Lexus, is a very, very, very important amenity that I don't know if a lot of people take advantage of it. We take advantage of it every time we come here, but definitely if you're considering the Salamander as a momcation property, you want to take advantage of that because it's a beautiful car service that you don't have to pay for. It's included. So again, 5 out of 5 for the Salamander on amenities. Next up is room size. I forget the official name of this room, but we have the fireplace, a king size bed, and the step out balcony, which is beautiful. Big enough for me. I've stayed here before with my children, and I believe we had the double bed at that point, and I have 2 little ones. At that point, they were 7 and 5. And we were able to fit, it has a very large bathroom with a tub, a walk-in shower, a separate area for the toilet. It has a table here with 2 chairs where you can, a desk essentially, but then it also has another desk with 1 chair where you could sit and work. Pretty big room actually, and if it's just you have more than enough space. Not a walk-in closet, obviously it's a hotel. Coffee, tea station, your mini bar, all the things. This room is a great size. Room size, 5 out of 5. I also say room comfortability. I'll be honest, I didn't sleep that well yesterday. I was just hot. I think that's a me thing. I don't think that's a Salamander thing, but a very comfortable room. Like, again, you could sit in this room all day, go out on the balcony, order your room service, watch TV, because the TV obviously connects to all the streaming services, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, especially if you got the fireplace. And I'll also say, because that bathroom has the tub, it takes it to another level. And I actually used the tub last night. I've never done that before while staying here, but I used it last night. They give you these really great smelling bath salts for your tub. Just use some of the body wash as my bubble bath, and it was heavenly. So if you're a mom taking a trip by herself and you want to indulge in a bathtub, because you probably don't get to take bathtubs often, you so busy giving your kids bathtubs, perfect. So all right, so I got 2 more things I want to rank: noise levels and safety and security. So really quickly, let's get into noise levels. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, the Salamander is very kid friendly. You are going to see kids here. You got families that come here. They have kids activities. They have a kids club. They have a pony that they bring into the lobby every day for the kids. I actually was here for a 6-year-old birthday party last year with my kids. So again, very kid friendly property, which means it can get noisy. The living room with the bar. Last night they had a lady on a piano. It can get loud. The rooms, the wings or the floors where the rooms aren't that noisy. This property is also pet friendly, very dog friendly. So our first night here, I heard a dog and he sounded like a Cane Corso. And had he barked a little more past 10 o'clock, I was gonna call. It's just something to think about. You may not have that experience. We were able to sleep. I guess the dog checked out, or maybe the dog went to sleep as well, so we didn't have to worry about it. And we were okay downstairs with the kids and the hustle and bustle. We were fine with that. But if you're somebody who wants true peace and true quiet throughout your entire stay, whether you're in the lobby checking in, whether you upstairs in your room, that's just something to think about. With that, I'm gonna give the Salamander a 3.5 out of 5 when it comes to noise levels. It's family friendly. You're gonna have kids. It's a lively bar area. So yeah, it's not quiet. The spa is quiet, but that's because that's the spa. So just something to think about. If you need like true hush hush, this ain't it. When you're outside though, it is very peaceful. Even with the fire pits, it's a very peaceful property. And the noise that you hear is just nature, which is beautiful. Like literally you can sit outside and just listen to nature for the whole day, and I think be very peaceful. Lastly, we have safety and security. When you are traveling by yourself, specifically as a woman, you have to be safe. I did another video on the 5 safety things that solo mom travelers or solo travelers should consider. There is a link to that in the description. I feel safe here. There are some things that add to safety. So when you are going on your elevator and when you have to use your key fob or your key to press buttons, I think that that adds safety. The Salamander does not have that. So when you walk into the Salamander elevator, you just press your floor and you're good to go. Anybody can truly come up in here and walk around, right? Now, of course, you do need a key to get into your actual room, but that's the standard. Doormen, and there are bellsmen at the front. They're not asking if you stay here, because there are a lot of people that just come here for the restaurant. There are a lot of people that just come here for the vibes. And so I'm not saying that makes it less safe, but I am saying that there are just certain things that aren't in place that I believe make people feel safer. I always use the Thompson Dallas as an example, because they had the bellman at the front, and then you walked and then you checked in, and then you had to use your key to just get into the elevator bank. You had to use a key again to get up the elevator. Then you had to use your key to get into your room. Multiple points of safety that just made me feel more secure. And I kind of use that as a standard. That, in my opinion, is a 5 out of 5 when it comes to safety and security. And if I'm going to use that as my 5 out of 5, then I can't give the Salamander a 5 out of 5. Even though I feel safe here, it doesn't have those other things that just put more barriers in place for bad people to do bad things. Not saying this is not a safe property. We've never had issues here. I love the fact that the car service can take you to and from. They're tracking. They give you a phone number. All those things are very safe. Again, never had any types of unsafe feelings here. But if you're traveling solo, these are just things to consider. I would probably give the Salamander a 3 out of 5 when it comes to safety. Again, not because it's not safe or because I feel unsafe, but more so because there are just some things that they don't have that other hotels do have, that as a solo traveler, I think are important. I will be back at the Salamander many, many times. Again, I've never been here by myself. I'm always with my family when I come, but maybe one day I'll come here for a solo trip. I have some friends that come here solo and they love it. Like the solo spa weekend is great, whether you have kids or not. They do some other great things here. The Black Film Reunion, where Sheila Johnson partners with Chef Kwame Onichi. Not sure if I'm saying his name right. They do a big food festival here every year in August. I definitely want to come back to that in 2026. It is on my bucket list. It's expensive, but it's worth it. Holidays are here. The Christmas tree is up. It's really a beautiful place. And I say that it's Black owned, not because I want people to rank it differently, because a beautiful hotel property is a beautiful hotel property. I say that it's Black owned, and I emphasize that because I think it's important to know what we put into the world, what we put into the universe. And maybe it will inspire you or someone you know to take that step to create something that doesn't exist. This property did not exist before. It's not like she saw it and bought it and made it beautiful the way that she's done some of the other properties that she's now acquired. Sheila Johnson was a member of the Middleburg community. Her kids went to school here. Her daughter was an equestrian. There was this land that was not being used, and she had this vision of what it could be and built it. And look at where we are now. It's pretty epic. So anyway, if you are planning a trip to Salamander Middleburg or Salamander DC or any of the other Salamander properties, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with somebody who just needs to get away, who maybe has been talking about the Salamander but wasn't sure. Let them know what it is. I've been here many times. I can give you everything you need to know. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, let me know if there are some other hotels or venues or places that you've considered for your own momcations. If I've been there, I will share with you what I know. I hope that you have an amazing solo trip. Take care of yourself. Never forget to put you first. Peace.